New guests are flying into Cusak's Alaskan Lodge, deep in the wilds of the famed Alaskan peninsula. Land of grand vistas, monumental adventures, and 10-foot-tall, 3/4-ton brown bears that fear no one.
We made her.
Tom will take your gear right up in that building and
Okay.
you can go through it and sort what you need. So in other words, you can leave 90% of that here.
Seasoned hunter Tom Behunin lands in camp with over a dozen Alaskan adventures to his credit.
Bye, Dad, be careful.
This spring, he's flown into Cusak's Alaskan Lodge looking to rest his crosshairs on a monster brown bear.
These bears came out of their dens about a couple weeks ago, and they literally have starved themselves for 6 months. And these bears are very, very hungry.
Yeah, just about every year there's people that are wounded, maimed, and even killed by bears. You know, we read it in the paper every so often, and we're out here hunting them. So the chances of us getting nailed by one is even greater.
When you're in close proximity, 100 yards and in from a big animal like this, he's just seconds away from being on you. So everything's got to work.
Say, Ernie, I got a bear. Where? He's walking real slow. He's going left.
Yeah, I got him.
You got him. Here we go.
Nice bear.
Yeah. Ernie, I'd shoot that bear. He's big. He's big.
The other day we had a blonde bear, and he was going away from us. He went and bedded. There's no reason for him to leave unless we blow him out.
Yeah.
And if we blow him out, and I've done it before, he'd just go right up over the top of that mountain and gone. You'll never see him again. We came back to camp, regrouped, went in on him, and he was bedded up in the alders, I think. I think he saw us probably. It was hard. It's hard to get up that hill without something seeing you. And he just snuck out the back way and somewhere back there, I just stayed there. And we never saw him again. He was a good, nice bear. He was a shooter, definitely a shooter.
Over on the other side of the mountain, hunter Kenny Jones and his guide Carey Foster are battling through an extended lull in the action. As their thrilling stalk just days ago becomes a faded memory, a stark reality is setting in for Kenny that this hunt is anything but ordinary.
I had already made up my mind the 4th day into it that I realized that this was a tough hunting spring. And, you know, it's not just like you get in a boat and you're riding and you're just shooting a bear off the bank. It's not like that in the spring. It's a hunt.
This year's hunt, I had the great opportunity to hunt with a gentleman from down south in Florida. Never been up here before. It's his bucket list to do, and that we get a lot of that, where this is their hunt of a lifetime. They'll never come up here and do it again. So I wanted to make this special for him, like I do every client. I make it special for him.
You gonna put my mayonnaise on for me too?
It's on there, everything.
Oh God, you done it. And a Vade onion. Holy moly, I feel like I'm in home in Georgia. Hey man, hunting in style, buddy. Hunting in style. Got me a hamburger with Vade onion. That's what I'm talking about. You the man, buddy. You are the man.
Endless glassing.
Elsewhere in the same vicinity, hunter Steve Michael and his guide Tilly are scanning their own massive swath of Alaska in search of a shooter. With the area covered by 3 teams of able hunters, success, it seems, is just a matter of time.
What gets me really excited about coming up here for these big brown bear hunts is just, you know, there's a lot of brown bears. They're right out right now. It's the time of year where they're mating. They're just coming out of their dens, and it's just really exciting, you know, to come up here and do a big brown bear hunt. We got 2 bears spotted over on the other ridge. You got it, Tilly?
I think we'll start working our way up that way.
Tilly's starting to think that maybe it's a big boar, you know, just laying up on top. If it is a big boar, he thinks that, you know, it may be rubbed up, you know, a little bit, but we're gonna get a little bit closer, get a better look and see what it really is.
As Steve and Tilly start their stalk, hunter Tom Behunin, with guides Ernie and Troy, decides to scope out a new area, leaving Kenny Jones and guide Carey to hunt the zone where Tom and his team saw a big boar earlier in the hunt.
So we said, okay, we'll stay back behind and we'll glass again. So we were pretty much counting on, this is it for today. We'll go to day 6 and see what happens. When all of a sudden I spotted this big old freight train coming through the woods.
All right, Kenny, I spotted this bear. Looks like a Mack truck back in there. And just put your game face on and be ready. Be ready to drop, get your pegs up, and lock in on him. So let's go give this a try. See if we can find him hot. Sounds good, buddy.
While at Gibraltar Lake, Steve and Tilly continued to glass the area for a 9-foot bear.
I asked Jim about halfway up, I go, hey, Jim, I go, you think it's a pretty good sized bar? I wouldn't bring you up here if it wasn't, Steve.
Get set up on it.
We first saw it fighting, and they were playing with a cub, we thought, and now we're wondering, that it might have been a female, that he was playing with a young female.
What the hell was I doing with that little bear?
Do you think it's a boar or sow?
You want to go take a closer look?
Yeah.
Let me get something over here.
We're gonna grab a closer look.
In the same area of Lake Gibraltar, Kenny and Carrie move into position to ambush the bear they saw earlier.
He was about 4.5 miles away, so Carrie decided at that time it was 7 o'clock that we'd bolt down the mountain, we'd walk down the edge of the lake.
I think we just hold tight here and look. I just got a good feeling about this. Let's see if he comes out.
We hadn't been there more than 15 minutes, I guess, when Carrie saw the bear.
Oh, there he is, Kenny. Right down there. Oh, jeez, look at that big boy.
Probably about 600 yards, walking crossways to it, and we didn't want to blow him out with a scent, so we came up closer.
Okay, follow me.
We watched him, he disappeared.
We're gonna set up next to this rock here. I'm hoping he's gonna come right down in front of us here.
We moved down about 100 yards, we set up on the ridge, and the bear walked in behind some cottonwoods.
I'm gonna stand up and see if I can get a visual. Get set up how you want it.
I'm ready, baby.
Okay.
Now this client's getting really nervous, and he's getting ready with his gun. He's ready to try to get this bear, and the bear disappeared on us.
I reckon he laid down, did he?
He might have.
Man, he's a big bear.
I had this feeling he wasn't in the area. I just had this feeling. So I said, let's go forward. We'll see if we can maybe see him up there.
And as we were going down, Carrie kind of looked to the left, and the bear had got by us and was up 400 yards, headed up the ridge. As we got closer, my heart was about to jump out of my chest. And I'd often read about bear and when they're wounded and what they'll do.
Bear. After a long stalk on a marginal bear, Steve and Tilly have their target in range. And now it's decision time.
It's been 3 hours, stalking this bear. I really want a 9-foot bear. And if it's a 9-footer, I'm gonna take the bear, but if we can't make it 9, we're gonna let him walk.
8-foot bear, maybe 8.5 foot, Steve. I'm sure we could get a good 8.5 foot out of it, but there's no, you want over 9. He's not 9 foot.
You pretty sure now that it's a boar?
I'm thinking it is. I'm guessing that the other bear was a sow. See him swimming across the pond?
If he gets wet, does he grow bigger?
No. Swell up. Applaud you for sticking to your guns and hanging in there for a big bear.
Well, it sure was exciting anyways. At least just to get that close.
Oh, that's not over with yet.
As we took a few steps forward, I just turned around and looked at my client, and I caught the glimpse of the bear.
The bear was about 300 yards off at that time, just walking away from us.
Let's get down to this little ridge right here, and it'll be a little bit closer. We might be out of the wind from this seat here, okay?
I spun around, started running, and said, let's go. And we started, trotting. And we get up to the top of the hill, and there he was. He was heading away from us.
340, Kenny.
He ranged him for me, and as I set my rifle up, Carrie, did another distress call,
Bear turned, I said hit him, Kenny shot.
Oh, you hit him.
He hit him one time really hard at 365.
Okay, now we gotta wait. Then we'll hug. We ain't hug until it's done.
Oh, boy. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Wow, what a rush.
Because now this when it gets dangerous because you don't know if the bear's down or not.
One notch off the bucket list.
That 45 minutes, I just kept laying there thinking, you know, if I wounded the bear, is he gone? At first, I was pretty cool about it. The more I laid there, I guess the more nervous I got.
So we started hiking down to it, crossed the river with our boots, came up to where the bear was at.
Okay, I'm gonna throw in a hollow triple shot lot, federal in here just to go up the chamber, just for I get some knockdown power if he happens to come at us.
You know, as we got closer, my heart was about to jump out of my chest.
Ready? Yeah.
And I'd often read about bear and when they're wounded and what they'll do.
That's how you flying right here. That's him right there. Bear.
You know, that's when your heartbeat really starts going.
Post up right here. I'm gonna check him out.
And Kerry was in front of me, and we eased on up there.
You go, buddy.
Buddy, when Kerry walked up and stuck the rifle to him, I was relieved at that time that we knew we had the bear down. It was a good, clean shot. I don't think the bear lived more than maybe a minute or two.
Beautiful bear.
It was a 9-foot boar that was probably about, 15, 20 years old.
He's ground down in the front canines. A real nice bear, Kenny.
Thank you.
It's an experience that I guess everybody's got to have. If you're a hunter and you want the adrenaline, I mean, it's the most awesome hunt.
Give me a handshake, buddy.
It's just an awesome experience.
How about a hug?
That's what I want. I tell you, the money that I had spent on this bear hunt, whether I had killed a bear or not, I would have come back. I don't know of anything that I've done that can beat this experience. Head back to Georgia. It was always my dream to be able to hunt a brown bear, but after I have hunted the brown bear, it's just something you can't explain. You just got to come. You've got to witness it yourself. I mean, it's mind-blowing.
Hey, Cadette!
The experience was just overwhelming. It was worth every dime that I spent.
We might have to put them in the winter and cabin tonight.